Hello everyone, my name is Kharrufa. I'm a professor at Ajman University, the Department of Architecture, the Healthy Building Research Center. Now this presentation is the result of me, my work, and my associates, Ms. Sahar Mekki's contribution towards how to design a healthy house. I hope you like what we have to offer. So to start with, we studied what kind of problems might we be able to solve in a house. We identified things like stress, bad eating habits, drinking habits, definitely a sedentary lifestyle. Most of us suffer from that these days. And limited daily activities, or maybe no daily activities at all. Mental and social issues. We'll go into a little bit of detail on these before we come to how we want to solve these in the house. So a lot of people suffer from stress work these days. They are overworked. They don't like the kind of work they do. Maybe they like the work they do, but they lack work security, or they have to do too many hours. They're overworked. They don't have many personal time. The kind of stress that comes up with COVID and being locked up in the house. All of these are issues which we might be able to help. We saw the statistics about what kind of stress working people come under. Bullying and harassment, overworking, as I mentioned, back strains from sitting too much, long hours of work. Then there's stress at home. That isn't an uncommon problem, especially for working mothers, but definitely working fathers as well. If you're spending too much time at home at work, you might not have enough time to see your children, raise them up properly, give them a proper education, or organize things at home. Your home might be messy. You might have issues on managing your daily expenses. You bought a house and you have a mortgage, but you can't manage the mortgage. Or maybe you have enough money, you just don't have enough time to put things in their proper place. Your home might be disorganized and you don't have enough time to organize it well. Not enough time to do things like your chores and dinner or cleaning the dishes. Your appliances break down at the wrong moment. Then there's commuting. You spend an hour going to work each day and an hour coming back. Most of it stuck in traffic. Of course you're going to be stressed. You're going to start work being stressed. How can you be not stressed at work? Well, we found this nice statistic showing that commuting, cars are responsible for 76% of stress while commuting. Everything else comes a distant second and third. I was surprised to see walking, but compared to cars, which is 76%, that's nothing really. Then we've got our daily routines. This is something a good house might help with as well, as you'll see. We've got food, drinking and sleeping. Now food, this is an issue which has come to the fore in the last 20, 30 years. I think we're much better educated these days on what is good food and what is bad food. But still, many of us eat fast food because we don't have enough time to prepare a good meal at home, a good healthy meal at home. We don't eat enough vegetables and fruits, especially teenagers. We eat too much snacks. Then we have drinking habits. Alcohol, not enough water. These are probably the two biggest issues. But there's also bad drinking habits like soda or sugary drinks. Then we've got the scourge of our time, limited daily activities. We just sit in front of the television, on the sofa, very little movement, not enough activities. You get issues with your back, or maybe even just sitting in front of the computer or desktop for much too long without taking a break. So we found many solutions that we can incorporate into the house design, as you'll see in a few moments. So we can improve air quality. We can make better thermal comfort. We can control the moisture better. We can reduce the dust, better safety and security in the house. We can improve water quality, acoustics, lighting, ventilation. We can encourage the person living in the house to have more activities, better movement. So we'll start with the clean air. Now, nobody can claim that good air cannot improve health. So inside the house, we can start by removing harmful pathogens from the air, purifying the air. And research has shown that if you reduce the amount of dust and pathogens in the air, you can significantly reduce the allergies of the homeowners. We found several papers referring to that, actually. So we found 4 solutions which we can incorporate in the home. The simplest is simply to have an air quality measurement indicator. Now, these are available commercially, and you can set them so that they give you a warning at a certain point in time, not a certain point, when they reach a certain level. The air is too dirty, and they'll start giving you a warning. But what can you do about it if there is an issue? So we have identified 3 ways with which you can improve air quality inside the home. So let's start with air conditioning. If you have air conditioning, you've got a filter in front of your air conditioner. Most of these filters are actually just for protection. They do offer a level of air purification, but not very much. They are basically introduced to protect the interior of the machines themselves, especially the heat exchangers. But these can be improved. And now we found several types of cheap commercial filters which are available in the market. These have to be changed. They do have to be changed every once in a while. Even the original filter has to be cleaned. But these, because they have better filtration, they need to be changed every once in a while and more frequently than the regular filter, the original filter in the machine. But they do offer a good level of cleaning, purification. Now, the second one are evaporative coolers. Now, these are machines which are not very popular. Some people don't even know what they are. What evaporative coolers are, they are basically coolers. There are exterior ones and interior ones. I believe in America they call them swamp coolers. Now, we're concentrating on the interior ones, but the exterior ones work similarly, and they also offer a level of purification. Now, they work by using a wetting media, and they push the air through this wetting media. As it's pushed through the wetting media, the water evaporates and offers a level of cooling and humidification as well. Our solution is that the wetting media itself has a filtration effect, and when it's wet, the water catches the dust particles and some pathogens. Now, it definitely has a purification effect. The good thing about it is that cleaning is much easier than any other type of filter, because mostly it's about changing the water. There's a cabinet, you discharge the water maybe every day, every 6 hours, depending on the level of dirt in the environment, dust, which is really easy, and you just replenish the water. The thing is that we found the research that says this increased humidity might affect the dust mites, increase them actually, and increase some certain allergies that are associated with dust mites. Still, they do offer purification. They also offer cooling. The dust mite issue comes from increased humidity. But if they are used in an environment which is already humid, then they will not increase that humidity, but they will still offer the purification that we're talking about. And these are cheap. Now we come to the Rolls Royces of air purifiers, the specialized air purifiers. These are the most efficient. They do the best job, but they are expensive, and they have limited capacities. So you buy them according to the size of your room, the size of the space that you want to purify. and the filters have to be changed frequently, and you have to buy the same type of filter. You have to know that when you buy this air purifier, you are going to need to find the proper filter at the right time. If maybe every month, every 2 months, again, depending on the quality of air that you have. But we did find quite a bit of research actually indicating that these do have a positive effect on reducing allergens and probably other types of diseases or problems as well, health issues. So how can we create a healthy environment in our house to reduce some of the issues that we just talked about? We're going to discuss simple things like shoe shelves, offering enough natural light, good artificial light, vitamin D generating lights, good natural ventilation, non-VOC emitting materials, especially paints, good acoustics, shower head water cleaners. I'm not going to refer this again, but these are really cheap. Filters for shower heads and drinking water filters as well. These are not expensive and they can help health-wise as well. Just install it in your home. So let's start with vitamin D generation. Now, this is a contentious issue. We found a paper, this one, which actually shows that less than a minute of these lights, which are specially built for the home for generating vitamin D on your skin, will give you twice as much vitamin D3 as more than half an hour of direct sunlight. Now, I would like to say that over here, we live in the UAE. It's very hot, especially in the summer. People do not go out very much. They do not expose their skin to the sun on purpose because it's hot. And the issue is particularly worrying for ladies in Muslim countries and over here because they have to wrap themselves up so well. So very little of their skin is exposed to sunlight. So these kind of lights can help solve that issue, but we need to be aware that there are still health issues associated with these kinds of light. So sunlight has always been associated with certain types of skin cancer, but these do not need to stay on so long. And while you're in the bathroom, you've taken off, you've exposed your skin, you can put a timer on these, turn it on, and it'll stay on for a minute and then close off. Minimum health risks in such a situation. And you're exposing parts of your body which are not usually exposed to the sunlight. We've got activity. Now we're going to discuss quite a few things which we can put inside the house to encourage the occupants to lead a more active life. Now there are a lot of fitness equipment in the market these days, fortunately, and we're going to discuss a few issues with these. So this is the house that we've designed. Now it's not just built for health, although that is our basic concept, but this is supposed to be a comprehensive design and built for the future. So you can see that we have a lot of solar panels. This house is largely self-sufficient in terms of energy. We also have gray water recycling. You can see over here there's a service compartment for gray water cleaning and recycling. And over here we have a solar water heater as well. So this is the plan. I'll go into it in some detail. So this is the plan. Now you enter the home over here. We talked about shoe racks. So you put your shoe over here. The issue of shoe racks or removing your shoe as you enter, I've seen quite a few cultures actually use this all the time. And I've seen Indians and Koreans, they take their shoes as you enter the house. This is actually a good habit. You take your shoes, you do not bring the dirt from the outside into your home. So you put it on the rack, then you wear some kind of comfortable, clean pair of slippers or cloth slippers, which would be even better. As you go inside, this is the living room, and we've put over here an air purifier. Actually, this is relatively small for such a big room, so we probably need another one somewhere over here and another one in the bedroom too, if we're going to use air purifiers, which we have to recommend actually inside the house. This is the dining. And this is the kitchen. We have a smart refrigerator over here and some other smart appliances I'm going to talk about in a few moments. This is the bedroom. We have two workplaces, one over here and another over here. You can see a treadmill over here, but in the pictures you'll see it in another place. This is the bathroom, which, like I said, we are going to supply with vitamin D generating lights, with shower head cleaners, and there are even intelligent toilets these days. So tracking equipment. Now, we did quite a lot of research on this. The reason is that we wanted to find connected tracking equipment and fitness equipment, and we didn't find those. There actually are standards to connecting these type of equipment. What we are looking for is something that connects your fitness tracking watch to your treadmill and bicycle or any other kind of intelligent sporting equipment you have. Now, there are a lot of treadmills and bicycles that claim to be smart, but they're not really connected. They do have connectivity, but they connect to a Bluetooth device that measures your heart rate. They do not connect to other devices. We wanted a comprehensive solution in the house where these can be connected to a fitness tracker and maybe even your refrigerator to make an overall health estimate of how well you are doing. But still, these smart equipment can encourage you to do better and more activity. It can become more fun. The main problem of using a treadmill or a bicycle inside a house is that it's really boring. It really is. I mean, you start getting bored after about a minute. You really haven't even started your daily routine and you get bored. So these have ways around it, these smart ones. There are several commercial ones in the market now. If you're a bicycle rider, you can subscribe to certain services, and they will show you certain tracks where you can bicycle through, and they will slow down as you slow down and speed up as you speed up. So they'll follow you, and you can train with other subscribers, and you'll see them around you. And you can go into competitions, weekly or daily competitions. Maybe at the end of the day you do a competition with others for a certain distance or a certain time. This encourages you to use it. It becomes more fun rather than just a really boring activity that you go through. Now, in our design, of course, we would like these, but they're very expensive. So what we've done is that we put a TV in front of the treadmill, which is significantly less costly, and you don't have to have a subscription. You can turn on the TV in front of you and watch a TV show, or watch dedicated videos about running tracks. There are quite a few of them. They will show you a running track and maybe even other people running on that track, and you can watch it as you are running or bicycling. Now, I've used these. They are actually helpful. It doesn't have to be a running track. You can watch your favorite TV show or movie as you're running. It does help significantly. Now, over here, notice that we have a bed over here. Now, this is a flip-up bed. So after you get up, you flip the bed up, and you have more room for exercise over here. Not only the treadmill, but you can have room for fitness workouts over here. As you saw in our earlier slide, there are other smart type of equipment which aren't really bicycles or treadmills, and you can see your workout over here, and again it'll give you information and a personal trainer as well. So we've made place for that over here inside the bedroom. You flip the bedroom up, you have more room for exercise. Now this is the living room, actually not the living room, the dining room, close to the kitchen, and you'll see over here this wall contains a display over here. Now this display is what we wanted to be connected to your fitness tracker on your wrist and your treadmill and bicycle and refrigerator. We were hoping to find a connected, comprehensive solution. We didn't find one, so we decided to program our own. Regrettably, COVID interrupted our efforts, but it's not impossible. It can be done, and we connect this display to a small mini computer, and it will show us or show the occupant the progress of his healthy day as it goes on, and offer encouragement messages. So for instance, it'll tell him it's 3 o'clock, John, you're doing well, you have exceeded your daily exercise limit, you have consumed 2,000 out of 3,000 calories this day. Or after a certain while, it'll give him another encouragement message saying that hey John, you're doing well today. You have exceeded 90% of your colleagues or subscribers or people of your age. So help him keep track, give him encouragement, make sure he doesn't forget his activities or drinking water at particular times. This is the rear of the house. Actually, what I wanted to draw your attention was the porch over here. Now it is perforated, more so at the top, less perforations at the bottom to offer privacy to whoever is sitting over here. This actually is a more public part. The rear over here is the private part. And over here you can see we've got some greenery, comfortable sitting, kind of reduce the stress inside. If the weather is nice, you can sit outside with your family and friends. And actually we have we've put another bicycle fitness equipment over here, so you can talk with the rest of your family or friends while you're bicycling. Of course, the best type of activity would be outside. The problem that we have over here in the UAE is that it's hot most of the year. So we've tried to incorporate these inside the house. Things that we haven't shown actually so far, I'd like to say so before we finish this presentation, are climbing walls. Especially if it's a two-story climbing wall, you can have a climbing wall on the side, which is actually really fun. That can help as well. But if you have a daily routine of running a certain track which you run through, then that would help as well. It's significantly less boring if you run outside than you run inside. But over here in the UAE, you can do that for about 4 or 5 months of the year. The rest, it's probably much easier to do it inside. This is another issue, another solution. It's a walking desk, a stand-up desk with a small treadmill. Now this is not a regular treadmill because it works on significantly slower speeds. The desk itself is much higher and adjustable. You adjust it to your height and you work on this desk. You can put paper, pencil, laptops, computers on it and work on it as you are walking. Now, while I do not doubt the benefit of having such equipment, we found different kinds of reviews on it. Some people thought it was amazing and others complained that they couldn't really do work because of the movement. Now I guess that a lot of that depends on the type of movement. Regrettably, I couldn't test any of these myself, but I do think that they are useful. Thank you very much for your patience, and I hope you found this presentation useful.